pineapple, y'all. And these pineapple been on point. They been on point with that Thai or whatever it's called. Like, it's been on point. So good, so sweet. So that's been my fruit like all summer. Pineapple. That's been my fruit. Every time I go in the store, I just get pineapple or watermelon. The past few watermelons I got wasn't so good, so I had to let them go. Let me just eat the last little. It ain't the last one, but it was calling me. But I'm on lunch, and I just wanted to talk to y'all for a minute, because it's been so much in me. I really don't even know where to start. I don't be knowing how to put stuff out. Like, when I just do these videos, I just go, I talk. I don't have nothing wrote down, none of that stuff. Today I wrote some stuff down, just to keep it in my thoughts, to write on more about it for later when I get to the house. But I don't know if that's too loud or what, but I'm gonna have to burn up a little bit, because once these doors are shut, it's so hot in this truck. But the fan is so loud, I know you won't be able to hear me. But and I'm trying not to go over 15 minutes with this. I gotta keep up with my time. But I hope y'all have an amazing Wednesday. And I'm gonna give you a little, what was given to me, what's been on my thoughts and heart today, and it's been so many different things, but I'm gonna just give you what's specific about the job, about working, because, your job does have a purpose. For a long time, when I started, man, I used to want to try to run up out of this place. Like, from day one when I started this job, I knew I didn't want to be here forever. I hated it. Like, and the thing is, it's not the job. It was the people. So let me take that back. It wasn't the job, because the job is easy. Once you get used to it, once you get organized, once you get all that down, it's cool. But it was the people that was really hard for me to deal with. Like, managers, the managers. You got messy coworkers, and they talk a lot and tell your business if you put your business out there. But that wasn't even really the issue. It's these evil managers that we had. So for years, up until literally last year, I just been wanting to get up out of this place. I'm praying like, Lord, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. I'm up here searching hard for different jobs, filling out for different jobs, trying out for different stuff, just so I can leave this place. And, for a long time, I just always looked at this as, this just a job. This just, I'm just delivering mail. It's not really like no purpose to it. That's what I thought. Until God corrected me and was like, it's not just a job. You are there for a purpose. Like, I got you this job for a purpose and a reason. Because when I filled out for this job, y'all, honestly, I just filled out for jobs that I knew if I had to wear a uniform, I wanted to be in the color that I like, which is blue. And royal blue is my favorite. So, I was just like, it was down from this job. It was Chase Bank, Dart, the buses in Dallas, or this. I filled out for Chase, and once it got to the math part, I just ended it. I just like, nah, like, I don't know what this is. Dart, when they called, man, I didn't even go through with it, because I thought about like driving that bus and with people. I was like, I don't know if I want to drive this big bus and all that stuff. So I was like, nah. And I wasn't as good as driving, I think, then as I am now. Now, like, I've been here, Lord, I pray it continues to be great. But I haven't had any accidents in the 8 years I've been here at this job. So I thank God for that. It's a blessing. Because it's a lot of people, they was just telling us about a person who flipped out of their car, out of their work truck the other day, got tossed out because they didn't have a seatbelt on. and turned in a busy street and somebody hit him. So I'm thankful that, you know, nothing has happened to me so far. But anyway, like, y'all, when I filled out for this place, it wasn't because, oh, I just really love the post office and I just really want to deliver mail. It was not that at all. But as I've, you know, in just looking at a lot of people's stuff, when you on social media or looking at TV, you look at people's life, you know, it's just like, dang, I want to do that. You know, I want to do that. I don't want to do this. So for a long time, I was feeling like, you know, this job wasn't no purpose. It wasn't no purpose for it. I'm just delivering mail. Like, I serve no purpose. You know, like, I'm not helping nobody. I'm not serving no purpose. And, you know, you just get like that when you see other people and people doing stuff that you wanted to do. And then even like I started really getting heavy with my YouTube videos this year, but last year, I think it was last year, 2009 sometime, is when I think I started the videos. And I started because one day, you know, just out here riding, you know, it just popped up like, you know, hit the start button. Like, you know, you want to talk, you got something to say, hit the start button. I don't know. I just had topics. I used to write. And it wasn't until I got out here and started rolling is when thoughts and stuff come to mind. So, you know, that was one thing. But even still, I didn't think deep into it, you know, like that. But just recently, God was giving me, you know, as time went by and me getting right and connected with God, like, you know, building my relationship with him, he's giving me a clear and more understanding of why I'm still at this job, because I told him I wouldn't leave until he was ready for me to leave. But he's giving me an understanding on why I'm still here, you know, and studies showing me that it is a purpose in this job. Like, I have you here for a purpose. I have you here for a reason. I have you here because you ain't passed the test that you need to pass, you know. And that's another thing. A lot of people, you can't leave a place, or if you do leave a place, you're going to run into the same issue because you haven't passed the test that God wants you to pass yet. I see it all the time. It's a lot of people who trying to run up out of jobs and are running up and leaving jobs that you hadn't passed the test yet. You know, you're going to run into that next job and it's going to be the very same thing because you haven't sat down and took the time to look at yourself. You study looking at everybody else, and that's what I was doing. I was looking at everybody else and why I hated this job and I didn't like the people and all of that stuff. Instead, like I said, this past year, I started taking the time to start looking at myself in the mirror like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Like, what can I change about myself? Like, how can I set my day up to be right so I won't be so stressed out going into this environment? Because I know reading in the word, you know, when his disciples or his children step into the place, the atmosphere changed. Like, they didn't conform to what if they stepped into a bad environment. They went in there, stepping into there, and the atmosphere changed when they came in. So it was just like, okay, like, I'm looking at this all wrong. Like, I'm the light, you know, the greatness is within me. So me running from a place ain't gonna change nothing, because I could leave this place and run to another job that I might not like too. I might like those people too, and I might have issues there too. I had to start looking at myself, being honest with myself, and like, Brittany, okay, you the problem. You know, you not setting your day up to be great. Like, you worrying about somebody else. You think these people care about your day being great or not? I seen that they only care about getting the mail out, doing that. That's it. But like I said, recently he was showing me how my job, you know, because I'm like, oh, I just deliver mail, and it popped up in my spirit. Like, he was saying, like, you don't just deliver mail. You also have a message you have to deliver. You know, and I would have never known this if I wasn't doing no mail or delivery service, period. And a few of my jobs has been in delivery service and servicing the people and customers. Most of my job, I have to deal with customer service. You know, I don't work at Walmart, Whataburger, cleaning service, you know, just did a whole lot of different jobs dealing with a lot of people, and most of it being customer service. And with this one is when, you know, the purpose of it came. You know, I didn't know, like I said, not to this year, of realizing, okay, it's a purpose why I'm still here. I'm not just here to deliver mail. I am here to bring a service to the people. Like, I am here for a purpose. This job has a purpose. It's a purpose for me in delivering. And he was just telling me, you do not just deliver mail. You do not just deliver mail. You have a message to deliver as well. You do not just deliver mail. You have a message to deliver as well. So, you know, and I'm repeating that because I'm repeating to myself, because I really have to get into my spirit and get out of myself, out of my own way, because it's a lot of things he tell me to do and say, and I don't be saying them, you know, and then I be wondering why my life is at a standstill. Is because I'm not being obedient. Even today, I have to get this out, because it's just like, it's a lot of people who are trying to run away from a job that you ain't passed the test yet. It's a purpose why you still at the job. God is trying to get you to see what your purpose is while you at this job. What he needs you to fulfill while you're at this job you're at right now. Instead, you trying to run away and run to something else. Or run because it's more money. Or run because whatever the reason is. You don't like somebody. Or run because you done had an incident. Or run because you ashamed you done did something. Now you ashamed. And now you're trying to run away from it instead of solving the problem, instead of sitting in your mess that you created. That's what I was doing. I had created a mess, and I was trying to run from my own mess. And nah, he was like, nah, you got to sit in that. You got to sit in that mess you created. You created this. I didn't. You got to sit in it. Don't blame me. Don't blame the devil. Blame you. I had to look at myself in the mirror and see what was I doing wrong. What was I doing wrong? I'm gonna move to my next location. But yeah, he was showing me that I had to and I hope y'all can hear me. This truck is so loud. I'm gonna try to speak a little louder. But he was showing me how I had created a mess, and I was trying to run from my mess. And instead of me, he wanted me to sit in my mess. He wanted me to learn from my mess. He wanted me to learn from my mistakes that I had put myself in while I was trying to run away from it. And, you know, I'm just here. It's all over the place. Like I said, when I hit the start button, I don't have nothing wrote down, nothing in order, no bullet points saying this, and this. I don't have that, because it's just like, I'm not wired like that to be writing stuff down. I write stuff down at home, but not to the point where I'm here to teach. I'm not a teacher. Not like that. I'm like that hood teacher that's sitting up there telling you from real life experience. Not no teacher from because I know the curriculum, because I know what goes on and how it's supposed to be. Nah, mine ain't like that. I am, like say, he's giving me the purpose and showing me that I have a message to deliver, but I have to deliver the message just like I deliver this mail. I have to get up and go. I have to get it and get it out. It's it's the order and way I do it, what works for me. I can't do what works for nobody else. I done listened to so many people in so many ways and all that stuff, and the Lord is showing me, you don't know the way. You have to create your own path. You have to create your own way. Like, you got to create the way. You create your own path. Like, I commit my plans to the Lord. Even when I do the videos, this is one thing I do before I do the videos. I pray about it. I be like, pray, Lord, this is something to glorify you. This ain't about me. Like, when I get ready to do videos, man, I be nervous. I be, I don't be want to post nothing, because y'all, I used to be a people's pleaser. Like, I used to be trying to please people all the time. Like, trying to please them, trying to make everybody else happy, when I was not happy myself. And that's another thing he was showing me. Like, you got to get out of that. I was so fearful of letting my voice be heard, because I kept my voice closed for so long. I didn't speak for so long. So I was just afraid to just step up and speak, to just step up and be heard. And he was just showing me, like, you got to, like, if you fearful, you ain't serving me. Like, you ain't serving me in fear. Like, it's no fear when you serving me. So I had to get out of that fear. I told myself today, okay, my goal was today, Brittany, you're going to do more videos than you normally do. You're going to put out more content than you normally do on a regular basis. When I normally do videos, I normally probably do one in the morning and maybe in the evening when I get off. And I'll post on Instagram and Facebook, like my little stories. That's it. I don't really do no other posting. But today, one of my goals was to do more content than I normally do, because it's just like getting out of that fear, because the purpose that he gave me, he was telling me that I have a message to deliver. I don't just deliver mail. I have a message to deliver in every way, shape, form, fashion, however you can get it out. And we have so many platforms that are free. Why not use them all? Don't just stick with one. Use them all. For some people, he might be telling you to just use one. Use them all. Whenever I give you to go, use them all. And that's what I'm going to do. All of them free. I'm going to use them all. Whenever I feel like he say post on this one, post on this one, post on this one, post on that one. But I can't tell you how to do it. I can only tell you that, wherever you are now, wherever job you at, whether you at home or you at a job you saying you don't like, you searching for other jobs, you trying to run away from the job you at, take the time to pray first. Take the time to go to the Creator and get a relationship with him, so you can hear him clearly and understand what is your purpose at the job you're at now. Because I do not want you to be like me. I done filled out so many applications, it's crazy. I don't want you to be like me, trying to run away from something that he is telling you, where you going? I ain't tell you to go yet. I didn't tell you to leave this place yet. And we don't want to be disobedient to what God is telling us to do, because it's not going to work. If you're in your own self and you trying to run away and you hadn't gave those plans to the Lord, it is not going to work. I'm not telling y'all what Brittany is saying. It says commit your plans to the Lord and it will work. You got to give it to, it say commit your plans to the Lord, but at the end, he decides what's going to happen. That's my saying, but in Proverbs, go listen to it. It's so many different ways it says that. So many different scriptures it talk about that in. So many. And then, too, it also talks about counting the cost. When you about to build something, when you about to do something, how I said, when you about to do anything, you got to count the cost. So you preparing to leave a job that you claim you don't like. Okay, what's the cost it's going to be? Have you thought about if you leave here and go to another job you don't like, you're going to do the same thing? Have you prayed about it first? Have you seek wise counsel first about it? I'm telling y'all, I had to seek wise counsels. I was talking to my leader, my spiritual father. I was praying. I had to fast, everything, y'all. I did all of that, and I still was at the job. I did all of those things, and I filled out for so many jobs, and yet I was still here. Nothing came through. Until now, recently, he just told me, like, you're not just delivering mail. You have a message to deliver. And it's just like all of that running away, trying to run, it's just like, man. And I look at it totally different now. I come to work now happy, amped. I'm like, thank you, Lord, because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for you. That's how I look at it now. I don't go there to serve man. I don't have to conform to their environment. I am the light. The greatness is in me. So when I step in a room, the light is going to shine and the darkness is going to flee. I come to serve God. I come to give him glory. Praise his name through my message. Not nobody else. Like, this is a way. What mail carrier you seen speaking? I come across a few people who doing little videos and stuff, but what mail carrier mail lady have you came across speaking the word, speaking truth? I ain't talking about just speaking. Let me take that back. Speaking truth. Because it's a lot of people out here talking. It's a lot of people out here talking, but they ain't talking about nothing. They ain't speaking truth. If you ain't speaking truth, you not talking about anything. Because it say the truth shall set you free. Not just speaking. The truth shall set you free. How many male ladies you know speaking truth? Boldly. And the only reason I can speak boldly because he gives me the strength to speak boldly. Because y'all, I'm telling you, before I was afraid to post a video. I have so many videos in my phone that I didn't post. So many. So many. So many. I don't do this in my own strength. If it was up to me, I wouldn't do it, period. But it's a message that needs to be delivered. He told me before, too, because I do a lot of videos where I talk about my kids on when they do stuff and all that. And my kids always reminded me of things, y'all. But this is one thing that he reminded me with my children to do with them. And I don't think it's just for them. It's for every child. It's for every person. It's going to help whoever it helps. And he told me, I used to tell them, you know, when I'm telling my story to them, I tell them nobody taught me this. Nobody showed me this. Nobody told me this. And he was like, don't let that be their excuse. Don't let them have the same excuse you had. Don't let them have the same reason you had. Don't let them have the same story you had. That's your story. That ain't gonna be theirs. I can sit and say, nobody taught me that. Nobody told me that. Nobody showed me that. But they won't have that same message. He was like, you teach them. You tell them. Yeah, it's gonna be tough conversations because who wants to sit and talk to kids about sex? Nobody. My niece did a video the other day with soap in her hand and it looked like cum. It looked like semen. And my daughters, they was like, what is that? You know, it was just a hard conversation to have because they didn't see nothing wrong with it. All they seen it is as soap. But knowing what I know, instantly I said they look like cum. That's just what I said. They're like, what is that? And I was like, oh, Lord. Why I got to be the one to have these conversations? Why? But that's the seed I sown. You know, I chose to lay down with I ain't even going to call them what I want to call them, with their dads. And that's the consequence I got. So it's up to me. I'm in that season now where I'm the single mother, where I don't have no help. And I just try to teach him, like, one day it's going to be to where you going to have your time with your father. If that's what God wants. But he told me to teach them so they won't have that story. They won't be telling people, oh, nobody taught me this. Nobody showed me this. Nobody told me this. So I'm saying that to you. I'm sharing it with you because I don't want you to have no excuse. I don't want you to have no excuse on saying, nobody told me this. Nobody showed me this. Nobody taught me this. I'm sharing the message that he's sharing with me to give to you. If you're at a job right now that you are hating, that you are trying to run away from, that you are even applying for, that you transition into, whatever, pray about it first. Give that plan to God. Give it to God. Stop trying to do it by yourself. Your job has a purpose. Wherever you at right now, it's a purpose. Pass that test. Get through it. Stop trying to run away from it before it's early. Get the lesson out of it first before you try to leave. It is a purpose why you're there. Today, there's a purpose why you at where you at. Understand that. But you got to give it to God first. It's not going to work if you don't give it to him. And let me say that again, just in case you didn't hear me. It's not going to work if you don't give it to God. It's not. Like, I done tried so many times. I'm telling you, learn from my mistakes. I done tried so many times to do it my way. And my way did not work. I don't want y'all to be like me. I don't want y'all to go through what I went through. You know, I know I done talk way over too long, 25 minutes. I'm gone because, like, I can go on and on about this, and I'm gonna go on and on about this. This ain't the last time you gonna see me. I'm gonna put so many videos out to where when my kids get older and they children get older, they got something to look back on. I'm talking to my children's. Yes, I'm talking to them right now. Because this might not help you. You know, some people just can't be helped. Some people don't want to listen. But if it's for you, it's for you. And the wise listens. The wise, he takes correction and go run with it and change. The foolish, you know, don't listen to correction and they go on about their business. But some of y'all going to listen and it's going to change you. It's going to help you. Share it with your kids. Teach it. Show it. You know, like, hey, I'm just, like I said, give it to the Lord. If you think I'm lying, go pray about it. Go pray about me. You know, am I telling the truth? What y'all see popping sweat because I'm in this heat box. That's how serious this message is. I'm willing to sweat and sit in the heat box just to get it out. But y'all, I gotta go to work. Y'all have an amazing, great day. Enjoy your Wednesday. Like, get that wisdom in, y'all. Go read Proverbs. Do something with yourself today. Get that knowledge in. Go build your faith up. And the only way you gonna build that faith up is reading the word. Faith come by hearing the word of God. Don't take my word for it don't take my word for it. Go get the word. Go read the word. And you gonna see for yourself. Like, taste and see. It's gonna be great. But y'all have an amazing day. Y'all be great and nothing less.